Hello students, welcome to the video lecture series of image processing. Today's topic is image segmentation. It is the second part of this series, and we continue with edge detection in it. So the content that we discuss in this lecture is edge detection, its definition, the methods of edge detection. These are first order derivative. We discuss Robert, Maass, Privets and Sobel operator in first order derivative. And in second order derivative, we discuss Laplacian and Laplacian of Gaussian operator. In optimal operator, we discuss Canny edge detector, and the last one is applications of edge detection and Canny edge detector. So this is the first slide that is in here. We discuss what is the edge. Edge is the abrupt change in gray level, as we discussed in previous lecture. Edge is a boundary between two homogeneous regions. Here you can see that there is a difference in the gray level of regions. These are the 1, 2, 3 regions, and there is a gray level difference between these two surfaces. So where there is a difference in gray level, this is called as edge. You can see over here. And what is the edge detection? It is a typically an edge is typically extracted by computing the derivative of the image intensity function, and by this way we find out the edge detection. So as I told in earlier in contents, there are three methods of edge detection: first order, second order derivative, and optimal operators. And now we can move to the next slide. That is first order derivative. What is the first order derivative? As you can see in the this is a one-dimensional function ft. So at the point of greatest slope, the first order derivative has the maximum value. First order derivative is the dy upon dx. So next one is gradient. What is the gradient? So gradient is for a two-dimensional function fxy. Gradient can be computed as gx, that is the gradient with in the x direction, and gy is the gradient with respect to the y direction. Del f upon del x, that is gx, and del f upon del y, that is gy. We can compute the magnitude by taking the mod of g, and it is under root gx square plus gy square. It is also write it as gx mod gx plus mod gy. We can compute the direction also of the gradient. It is tan inverse gy upon gx. Next one is gradient. First one is the ordinary mass. So the main advantage of this method is we can see the effect of each mask separately. So we use a 3x3 neighborhood, as you can see over here. So we took the straight difference between center pixel, that is Z5, and the gx can be computed as del f upon del x, that is Z8 minus Z5, and del f upon del y equals to Z6 minus Z5. You can compute the magnitude as Z5 minus Z8 plus Z5 minus Z6. So we can write it as also, because we have taken the mod of it. So for the mask one, it is the Z5 value is 1. We write it over here. Z8 coefficients of Z8 is minus 1. We write it here, and rest Z6 and Z minus 0. Similarly, for Z5 minus Z6, the mass is computed as 1 for Z5 and for Z6 it is -1. Rest of all are 0. If we add both these two masks, we can get the ordinary operator, that is 2 -1 and 0. Here the fourth cell is 0. For gradient method, so to remove such kind of problem, as we see in the last slide, the value of last cell, fourth cell, is 0. To overcome this, we use a cross difference, that is in Robert operator, and compute the gx as 1. Cross difference is z5 minus z9, that is 1 for z5 and -1 for z9. Similarly, z6 minus z8, so z6 it is or we can write it as z8 minus z6, so z8 1 and z6 -1. If we add both these two, this is the Robert operator, 1 1 -1 -1. Here we have all the coefficients, all the values in each box. So this is the Robert operator. Now it is a problem of Robert operator that it used 2 by 2 mask, and we could not define the center in it. It is specified by us only. So to remove this kind of problem, we use a 3 by 3 convolution mask. And in pivot operator, what is it? Gx is computed as R3 minus R1. So R3, this is the R3. R3 is Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, Z5, Z6, Z7, Z8, Z9. So Z5, 7 plus Z8 plus Z9 minus Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Similarly for Gy, C3 minus C1 means this minus this. So we write it as Z3 plus Z6 plus Z9 minus Z1 plus Z4 plus Z7, and computed the magnitude as C mod Gx plus mod Gy. Sobel operator, this is the second one in gradient method, first order derivative. The main problem with here we use the 3 by 3 convolution mask. It is smooth the image by some amount, and hence it is very less susceptible to noise, but it produces thicker edges. So in Robert operator, we assign higher weights to the pixel that is closer to candidate pixel. These are, so again the procedure is same. Likewise, pivot operator, it's R3 minus R1. So R3 minus R1, Z1 plus 2 Z8 plus Z9 minus Z1 plus 2 Z2 plus Z3, and Gy equals to Z3 plus 2 Z6 plus Z9 minus Z1 plus 2 Z4 plus Z7. So we can compute the magnitude as mod Gx plus mod Gy. So this is the summary of first order derivative in terms of noise. Simple edge detectors are affected by noise, and filters can be used to reduce noise for these kind of aspects. In edge thickness, edge is several pixels wide for Sobel operator. Robert operator is very sensitive to noise, and Sobel operator goes for averaging and emphasis on the pixel closer to the center of the mask. It is less affected by the noise and one of the most popular edge detector. Next, move to the next one, that is second order derivative. As we discussed this earlier in this is the Laplacian operator. These and these, both these are these two are Laplacian operator, and it could be used for edge detection. It is also termed as isotropic filter because these are rotation invariant. It is very susceptible to noise, so we use Laplacian of Gaussian operator as a alternative of it. Laplacian of Gaussian operator is also termed as Marr-Hilbert edge detector. So the major source of performance degradation in Laplacian operator is the presence of noise in the input image. So to remove this, what we use a Gaussian shaped kernel operator for smoothing, and we apply the Laplacian operator on that particular smoothened image. So the summary of second order derivatives are: second order derivative methods, especially Laplacian, are very sensitive to noise. Probability of false and missing edge remains. So to remove it, we have an optimal operator that is called as Canny edge detector. So in Canny edge detector, there are 5 steps. It is a most optimum edge detection tool among all techniques that we discussed till now. So first step is smoothing. To avoid that noises mistakenly considered as edges, input images are subjected to smoothing initially before applying for edge detection. So we apply a Gaussian filter on the input image in order to smoothing, and we apply the gradient detection like Sobel operator to find the approximate gradient on that particular smoothened image. Third one is suppression of maxima. Here this step is to bring sharp edges from the blurred images in the image. The fourth one is dual thresholding. This is to strengthen the edges. It involves classification of edges in terms of strong, weak, and edges that are non-considerable. So strong edges, if the value of threshold is greater, then it is considered as a strong edge. If the value of edge value is between high threshold and low threshold, then it is considered as weak edge. Rest of all the edges are whose values are below the low threshold. Those edges could be diminished. Last one is edge tracking. Here we retain the strong edges, and if the weak edges are connected to strong edge, then we retain it, otherwise it is suppressed. Here you can see the pictorial representation of all the operators: Sobel, Robert, Prewitt, Laplacian, Gaussian, and Canny. So in Canny edge detector, you see that it is the better one, best among all these. It detects maximum of the edges. The applications of Canny edge detectors are: it is used for remote sensing of images, because it is very sensitive to noise. Other edge detectors are very sensitive to noise, and this particular one is better than all these. The applications of edge detections are: edge enhancement of noisy images like satellite, X-ray, medical image processing, CT scans; text detection; mapping of roads, video surveillance, etc. So we completed the edge detection portion of image segmentation here. In the next slide, we discuss some more topics of image segmentation. Till then, goodbye.